Yes, people. Angry Gooners podcast in the building. Man like Abs. Hold on. I've got something playing in the background. Man like Abs and Tony Claude Gunner TV. Um, this ain't gonna be some soft talk chat today. Yeah, this ain't gonna be no happy talk yesterday. Today. But before we even get into it, there's only one thing you all need to be doing, and you need to be slapping that like button right now. And the like button is just under there. If you've got dark mode, then it's going to turn white when you click on it. If you're on normal mode, then it's going to turn black. It's as simple as that. I want to see 20 likes today, so make sure you slap the likes, and I'm going to be looking to see if you guys are actually doing what you say you do. So make sure you slap up that like, because I'm telling you, it's going to be hell and fury in this Gooner chat today. I want to let Tony start off because we know Tony. Tony's got to get a lot off his chest, and then I'm going to come in, and then but I got to say one thing before Tony starts. I was looking through our WhatsApp group chat, and I saw something like we're gonna smack up PSG today. That's what I saw. I admire your confidence, Big T. But the ultimate disrespect to PSG happened. But anyway, I'm gonna let you say your thing. And big up to Coach's Corner with the spam. But Tony, take it away, man. Take it away for the people.
Yeah, people, you're welcome to, of course, my show with my brother here, Abs, Waffle.tv. I mean, uh, it's a sad day. Even when I went to work today, it's just a sad day. It's like I've had irons and cutlasses used to beat me up. All my body was weak. My brain was, I mean, my head was just, I had a headache, you know, after yesterday. Big ups to Shane Gooner who's in the chat. Yeah, big up Shane
Big
Gooner.
up
I
Shane,
mean,
SG in the
utmost
building.
respect for Shane Gooner. He's a real,
Vegas,
absolute real one.
SG. Make sure you guys
Hopefully invite him down to the channel one of these days, and let's have
100%.
a chat about the Arsenal. See, yeah, I mean, this is the sight many people want to see. I mean, they want to see me cry. They want to see me, you know, very, very humble. you know, with what's happening with Arsenal. But again, you know, I underestimated the threat of PSG. Let's start from there. Perhaps I underestimated PSG as a team, as an organization, and as a footballing outfit. It was a drab performance from the Arsenal. I mean, perhaps this is the semi-final of the Champions League. You expect the boys to be fired up, mostly when Liverpool just clinched the title. I mean, it's a home game. It's a semi-final. It's PSG. I mean, we just knocked out the 15-time champions out of the Champions League. Their own tough. We beat them up in their own tough. In our own home, we came out against Real Madrid. And then we come out and have this disastrous performance. Abs, man, just shocking. I'm fuming, I'm angry, but again, what can I do? What can I say? Yeah, of course, later on we'll talk about um, the second leg and what we expect. But again, we have to delve into what happened yesterday. So let's take it off from there. Abs, whenever Arsenal doesn't start a game on the front foot, I start shaking. Because in most games, even most games this season that we've won, most games that we've actually done something correctly this season, we've always been that team that comes out in the first, even with tougher opposition, we've always been that team that comes out in the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes. I mean, firing on all cylinders on the front foot. But in this game, for the first 20 minutes, Arsenal never settled into that game. And when you play in a home game in a semi-final of the Champions League, under 10 minutes you have to be settled. You have to get a grip of whatever is going on down there and just settle down and have a go. Settle down and have a go. But I mean, it was drab. I mean, the lackadaisical attitude we showed. We allowed PSG roam around with the ball. Yes, we wanted to play from the back, but the defenders at G3. I mean, we can't even see even the basic things. We can't even pass through the back no more. Simple ABCs. We can't even pass from the back no more. I saw William Saliba a little bit jittery yesterday. Couldn't string passes together at the back. That's why David Raya had to start looping the balls. And do you know where he's looping the balls to? He's looping it out to nowhere. Out to nowhere. Just giving the ball straight right back to PSG and wave and wave and wave and wave for that was raining in that Arsenal 18-yard box. Kvaratskhelia also having fun with Timber. To Timber's credit, he stepped up later on in the game, but I mean, in the first 10, 20 minutes, I mean, Kvaratskhelia was absolutely hosting him. Uh, Maybe not clean cut roasting, but I mean, he got the better of Timber. We're very, very, very extremely lucky that referee had mistakes in it. I mean, he should have given that penalty. I mean, against Arsenal, first of all. I mean, when Kvaratskhelia, I mean, took one, two, three players, he didn't even need to go down unless something was obstructing him. And Julian Timber was clearly obstructing him with his hand. I mean, you don't do that. It's such a high level right now. You don't make those kind of mistakes right now. And and when he fell off, I thought it was the penalty. To be very sincere with you, I was stunned and shocked why that referee didn't give that penalty. Yeah, you might say maybe Julian Timber removed his hand, removed his hand a little bit more quicker, but again, that hand was impeding that guy. It was impeding Kvaratskhelia. So you just have to give that penalty anyway. I was stunned that we just managed to just get out of that. Good and okay, no problem. Kvaratskhelia still got those one-on-ones with Timber. While when Bukayo Saka got the ball at every turn, we saw two, three players double up on him. To be very sincere, Bukayo Saka had a stinker. I mean, let's be fair to the standards that he has already put in place at Arsenal. By standards, going by the standards Saka has actually, I mean, shown at Arsenal, that was a stinker he produced yesterday. But I don't blame him. I mean, he just came back from injury and we expect him to just fire on all cylinders. But he was doubled up on. Why wasn't Kvaratskhelia doubled up on? Why wasn't Dembele? I mean, he took that ball, drifted in the third minute. drifted from the midfield from apart from Mendes, and you're in the midfield, and it's just left completely open. What was Merino doing? Declan Rice had a great game yesterday, but he too have to take part of the blame for just leaving Dembele open just pass through. Bro, it was like knife passing through butter. The guy just, I mean, he just caved in. I mean, undisturbed, untouched. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, the free reign to just run past our midfield. I mean, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And again, that leads us to Thomas Partey. I mean, come on, man. Now we do see who the real general is in that midfield. I'm sorry, it's not our 100 million plus signing. Right? That's the general of our midfield. I mean, it's clear to see that the general of our midfield and the best midfielder, and me and you have been banking on this point right from time, is Thomas Partey. Without Thomas Partey, there is no party in the middle of that park. He is that strong man. He is that anchor guy. He's that guy that adds the spice to whatever we will do if we need to do something in that midfield. Because we're already with a passenger in that team, which is my next topic later on. We're already dealing with a passenger in that team who doesn't even track back, effectively to help out the team. And even if he tracks back, it's not strong enough. I mean, Odegaard isn't strong enough. He doesn't have the physicality to help out down there. So we have to rely on Declan Rice and Thomas Partey in, most of the time to help us shoulder up all those, as a mop-up job in the middle of the park. And yesterday, Thomas Partey wasn't there, leaving Declan Rice just completely, absolutely open. And again, Merino. I mean, yeah, he's a natural midfielder, man. But I mean, I just don't know who to blame for that because he's playing as a striker. Yesterday, he's being used as a midfielder. I mean, we're asking him to do a whole lot of stuff that's not in his wheelhouse, and now we're left like this. First of all, the starting 11 erroneous. Why would Trossard start that match in the first place? Because he scored against Ipswich. Is that the reason why? He just got a straight ticket to start in this game in the semi-final of the Champions League. Is that why? It left a bad taste in my mouth seeing Trossard start that game. And Mikel Arteta, this is why I've always said I don't want this manager in this football club because when plan A goes out the window, I don't trust this manager to actually give me anything new, anything tactically different with his plan B. You could just see he was completely gobsmacked. You know, couldn't, I mean, changes. We had to bring in Waneri close to 5 minutes to the end of the game. I mean, that tells you there's no quality on the bench. That tells you the manager doesn't know what he's doing. That tells you the manager doesn't even trust the players that he has on his bench, that he's got on his bench. Because, and I keep banging on this point, we have a natural midfielder who is sitting down there on the bench, a natural midfielder for Ukraine. I mean, you've lost Jorginho in the middle of the park. You've lost Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. Sometimes you just have to trust the players that you indeed brought into the football club, and the manager isn't doing it. Trust the players that you brought with your own money. He's done none of that. So even seeing Merino start in that, start with Declan Rice, let a bad taste in my mouth. It should have left Merino, who has at least gained little traction up front. And he still proved it yesterday by scoring an offside goal. He's our only viable threat up front right now. And please don't get me started on Martinelli. Oh my days. I mean, when he started scoring goals, you remember I told you, I'm not buying this 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 form he has gotten. I'm not buying it, and it showed yesterday. It showed he's not a natural finisher. It showed that he still needs competition down that left hand side, and it shows that he's not clinical in any way. Completely shocking those chances he got, and he couldn't use them to do anything. Nothing, you know. But again, we should also applaud Donnarumma. I mean, Donnarumma, tall, big in those one-on-one situations. He makes himself extremely big. You know, his tall had to stretch full length to actually get that Trossard chant. That Trossard just, it, to my own thinking, he threw it away. You know, you're a finisher for crying out loud. You played as a number nine for Brighton Football Club. You should be putting that at the back of the net. Instead of placing it, why not use lots of power and just power up that shot? Why trying to place it at the top corner? Hit it with a powerful sting. Yet again, the problems of the start of the season ran his head yet again in the Champions League of all places. And see, Waffle TV, Martin Odegaard. I mean, he is the cover screen of our show today. I mean, missing in action. Big up to Yeti who is in the chart. Big up to Tony Lee who is in the yard. Who is in the yard down here? Yeti, Shane Gooner, BBK Sports. Hopefully, I'll have something with BBK Sport this week. Um, see, Martin Odegaard, people, the captain of this football club. I mean, just take the. I mean, guys, just internalize it, just for a bit, just for a bit. Arsenal is going to all these wars, these European wars, with a captain who's a passenger in the team. Of course, we would say, you know what, it doesn't matter because we're winning games. Big up to Static who's in the charts, Paul Forward, Blue Nose who's in the charts. Big up to these guys here. I mean, we'll have Martin Odegaard, who's supposed to be the captain of this squad, who's supposed to be the chief galvanizer of this squad, being a passenger in this team. A passenger in this team, guys. Make that make sense. I saw him yesterday. It was just hair flicks, trying to do Cruyff turns. I mean, his passing wasn't. Bro, didn't you see the way PSG were passing the ball? I don't really think PSG have the most physical kind of players in the middle of the park. In fact, it's the opposite. They don't have no physicality in the middle of the park. They just had players who had certain skill sets and who knew how to pass the ball effectively. They were just passing the ball. And that's how you beat Arsenal. Pass the ball around, pass it quicker, pass it quicker, be more quicker. Think ahead of Arsenal. Be 10 steps ahead of Arsenal. Pass it more quicker. They beat us to our own game. Usually, when we maul teams, we'll pass the ball quicker. We're quicker in our transitions. We're quicker in our counter attacks. Yesterday, we weren't quicker in our counter attacks. In our chances, we had no snipers at all. I mean, no gunmen to finish up the little chances we did create. Even in terms of creativity, we were a bit short. The little creativity we had, there was nobody willing to step up in such, in such a big occasion like the semi-finals of the Champions League. No one, absolutely no one, was ready to drag the ball by its horn and get us a goal. No one. I mean, it's painful at this point seeing that we have a captain who is a passenger in this team. I mean, we shrugged this off, to be very sincere with you. We've not really banged on this point so well because we're still winning games, we're still drawing games. So it doesn't really put the spotlight on Martin Odegaard. But I mean, yesterday, yeah, I mean, the spotlight was on him in a way. You do need your whole 11, yeah, to be very, very effective. Mostly your captain in the middle of the park, your number 10, your creative spark. You do need him down there. But when he's a passenger in the team and every other player around him from the opposition team are ballers, are passing the ball, are helping the team, passing the ball more quicker, very effective in the counter attack. I mean, they made Martin Odegaard look like a baby. I mean, look like a 3-year-old trying to pass the ball around. Takes too many touches. Bro, when you get the ball, let the ball move. Look at Vitinha. See, he's not the biggest guy in the middle of the park. But whenever he got the ball, he passed the ball more quicker. He was actually moving the ball. Bro, he passed it different, bro, left, right, center. There was no sideways passing. Many times I did see Arsenal midfielders, Declan Rice included, sideways passing, back passes, Kivior back passes. Bro, why all this shit? Confront PSG. PSG, see, this is the problem with PSG, yeah. PSG is an offensive side. Yeah, the very, very, very offensive side. Most of the characters they have in their team are effective attackers. I mean, they have Bakola, they have Doué, they have Kvaratskhelia, they also have Dembele who can hurt you. And there's a fast-paced players. They made the pitch so big, so big, so big. And they didn't even need physical players because they've already nullified any kind of physicality that we had in the middle of the park with the quick, crispy passing. So they just had to tap out Arsenal in the middle of the park. There was nobody to break play. Declan Rice, we could now see that Declan Rice isn't a number 6. I mean, I've been saying this thing to many people. Declan Rice isn't a number 6, but people saying, "Oh no, it's the best number 6." In then we have no. Thomas Partey is the number 6 that we have. That's the best midfielder that can pass the ball, that can get us out of certain situations, and that can progress the ball, I mean, effortlessly, and get us into positions where we can be able to just forget everything about defending and just go and try to score goals. And it would actually unleash Declan Rice to make those strong stinging runs. Because we did see Declan Rice have a go a few times yesterday, made some dashing runs. And those 2 runs he made nearly led to goals. And that was limited yesterday. So just imagine we had a strong man who just sat in deep down there of the ilk of Thomas Partey. It would have been something different. It's so painful the way. Yeti is talking about bringing in Skelly to that midfield area. I mean, can't you see our defense, Yeti? This manager doesn't trust any. I mean, it still falls back to the same thing we're talking about. I mean, okay, if he pushes Lewis Skelly down to the midfield, then who's gonna stay then in that left back position? Who? He doesn't trust any. Certainly he doesn't trust Zini. So who is he gonna bring in? With a manager that doesn't trust any member of the team. And you spent Arsenal's hard-earned money on this team. Mikel Arteta, this is your team. It is your team. Exactly, Yeti. Bro, he doesn't trust Tierney. That's why Tierney wasn't there. Usually Tierney was always coming in with Trossard from the bench. And again, I question. Again, guys, people, I question, yeah? Why did Trossard start that match yesterday? because in recent weeks, I've always seen Trossard come from the bench. I've always seen Tierney come from the bench. I mean, did you see the substitute of PSG yesterday? No injuries. At this time of the season, I'm very shocked, which means Enrique has actually done something amazing with that team this season. At this time of the season, PSG are with nothing less than 9, 8 injuries down. That team. I was surprised they came in with no injuries, no suspensions. But again, on the opposite side, look at that Arsenal bench. Stank, stinky. I mean, stinky. No one to improve the team. Certainly, no one who you would bring out apart from Waneri to actually improve the team. But again, Mikel Arteta, you did have at least average players on the bench that you could bring on to actually try something. Tierney, if you kept Trossard on the bench, at least you have ammunition coming out from the bench to give us something different, maybe from the 60th minute. You're chasing the game and you're bringing in Ben White into the game to do what? To do what? To bring in Ben White to do what? To do what in the team? Bring in Benjamin White to do what? We're chasing the game. 60th minute, 50th minute, 70th minute, 80th minute, and you can't even bring in Waneri. What does this kid have to do to prove to this manager that I'm here to stay? While we have Martin Odegaard, who's a passenger in this team, run wild. You know what? Yeah, see, I still disrespect these European teams, guys. I'm not backing down on that because these were clear errors from Mikel Arteta. PSG were there for the taking, bro. They were there for the. You can't tell me they're not there for the taking. They're there. An experienced manager would have whooped PSG's ass yesterday. Take it from me. Would have whooped that PSG team. Yeah, they surprised me a little with how they defended. I mean, even with our attack yesterday, bro, at a point when they were coming out taking some certain risk, they just held off because they sensed that in attack, we don't have that bite. They sensed in attack, we don't have that end product. They just said, you know what, yeah, rather than risking going forward and trying to engineer something, why don't we just sit back, keep a low block or keep a mid block and catch Arsenal on the counter attack? Arsenal don't know how to break teams with a low block. People, that same mistake reared its head again. We don't know. Not that we don't know. This manager has no idea how to break up teams that decide to just sit back. And that's what Enrique said in his mind. He said, you know what, yeah, I'm looking at Trossard lose chance. Look at Trossard. He's drab. He's a ghost. He's an idiot. Look at Odegaard. That's what Enrique will be saying to himself. He would say, look at this idiot. He can't even score goals. Look at Odegaard. That's their number 10. Stinky. He needs some milk. There used to be some memes, yeah, that would say, come on, yeah, get me some milk. I need some milk. Bro, someone give Odegaard some milk. He's an idiot. Guys, you know me, I don't curse on my channel, but I have to curse on this one. It's a complete idiot. Bro, I've not seen a complete full-grown idiot like Odegaard. Is a big fool, a big idiot. And I need that idiot out of this football club. Bro, he stinks. Definitely not captain. And you know what? Yeah, I'm an advocate for keeping certain players because I do think that Arsenal needs squad depth. But bro, Odegaard isn't good enough for squad depth. How about that? Let's talk about that. How about that? Odegaard isn't good enough even for squad depth. He's useless. He's been a passenger in this team. And now Why we actually saying this right now? Because we've lost against PSG. That's number one. And PSG can use that extra man that is actually a passenger in our team to their own advantage. And that's what they used to their advantage yesterday because we have a complete idiot, a clown. Guys, I called PSG a clown, but we have the biggest clowns in our own team. Number one, the most protected player in this football club, Martin Odegaard, a big clown, a fat clown. He's an idiot. See, you know what? Yeah, this summer I want to see a statement from Andre Beta. I mean, I know he doesn't take trash, he doesn't take nonsense. That should be the first thing he does. Get me a 10 on number 10. We need a more mobile number 10. This guy's so static. And when because Saka has an off day, just like yesterday, we suffer, we crumble. Odegaard is an idiot, is a passenger in this team. I mean, I know I talk about positivity and all this good stuff, but again, I'm also a common sense guy. I could also see things and call it for what it is. This Odegaard thing, yeah, bro, it's turned into something different. Bro, is a clear passenger. Why is Mikel Arteta putting Martin Odegaard, leaving him in that game to the 80th minute? And again, instead of the idiot to leave the field quickly, he's strutting. He's strutting on the field. I'm like, is this an idiot? What's wrong with this fool? What's wrong with this idiot? You're losing in a semi-final of the Champions League and you're strutting. It's like you're shampooing your hair on the field. Are you crazy? Get off the field and let someone who wants to score a goal, who wants to take the ball by turn, go and score goals. Bro, we completely lacked urgency yesterday. Let's talk about that. I mean, Abs, I would allow you to talk untouched, yeah, undisturbed. It's nice you're just giving me this chance to just vent. I need to vent. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm totally pissed off. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Yeah. And bro, just look at how even Saliba, yeah, he had some last ditch tackles yesterday to help us out. But he's no longer himself. He's jittery. And that also affected us yesterday too. We can't even effectively pass from the back. It's horrible. It makes no complete sense. We have a captain who is a passenger in this team. We have a completely dumped as a manager in this football club. Just when you want to believe in the team. Oh, big ups to Arsenal history and more. Oh my God, I've actually not sent him a message in a long time. Big ups to you, Arsenal history and more. Hope you're doing well, Jezza. I've missed you, man. It's been a long time. He says, what did he say? You removed the comment. I didn't see the comment back. Anyway, going to tell Abs. Yeah. Of course, he will talk in the second half, which is I'm doing my own. Then he will talk in the second half, Jetta. So, going into that second leg, I know we'll talk about that later on. I still don't think this tie is, has ended yet. I still think we might still do something in the second leg. We'll talk about that, of course, after I give your own reactions too. But I still see lots of changes coming up in the second game. We might finally play Merino up top. We might finally get Thomas Partey playing in that number 6 role, which will release the handbrake on Declan Rice to go in as a box-to-box kind of midfielder and do his stuff for us. Then maybe, just maybe, we can get something going on for us. So, of course, it'd be nice for you to, you can give us your own thoughts about the match. I've used the first half of the show to vent, my own, my own piece about what happened, and it's very painful, man. But, yeah.
You know what? I'll let you speak, and respectfully, 35 minutes We've got quite a few views, so big up to Tony. Let him say his piece. And I know when I start talking now, he's going to interrupt me because this is what Tony does. So it's all good.
I'm
And
not.
this is called the Venting Angry Gooner podcast. So you know what? There's going to be things that is said that you're not going to like and I'm not going to like. But at the end of the day, we're still brothers at the end of the day. But big up to everyone in the chat, yeah? All real ones in here. I don't even have to say everyone's names. BBK, Jez, Rashid, Static, Yeti, Hendon, do you know what I mean? Godfrey, Anthony Herbert, you know what I mean? Everyone in the chat, big up to you. You're keeping us going, yeah? And I know the reason why you're here, because you want a bit of therapy. Yeah, big up to Tony, Lee as well. You want to hear what I got to say? BBK, my brother, SG, Shane Gooner, Coach's Corner. Big up to everyone in the chat. So first and foremost, I want to talk about this embarrassing tifo or tifo, what you want to call it, at the start of the game. A major semi-final, yeah? And the tifo, for me, was embarrassing anyway. Looking at that as a PSG fan, I'll be like, what's that? What is that piece of cloth over there? It was embarrassing. There was no preparation. There was no organization. A multi-million, billion-pound organization, Arsenal are. And we're putting up some shitty piece of cloth, yeah, that I would personally wipe my own ass with it. It was embarrassing. It didn't look like a semi-final. To be quite honest, yeah, at the start of the game, yeah, or sorry, before the start of the game, the crowd looked lively. They looked lively. They looked up for it. But as soon as that goal went in, after 4 minutes, we went back to that subdued, that library. You know, people like Kenny Ken and those guys that go to the games, they probably can tell you a bit more.
Yeah, shout out to Ken Ken.
Big up to Kenny Ken. You know, about the atmosphere in the stadium. But this is what gripes me all the time, yeah, is that the manager likes to call out the fans that we should be this and we should be that. What about your in-game management, mate? What about your tactics during the game? Yeah? What about your team selections, yeah? How is anyone going to be excited when they see Marino turning up in midfield? Sorry, yeah? But Marino, for me, before this game, has to start up top. No, he's not a striker, but he's been doing stuff up top. He needed to start. When I saw Trossard in that number 9, I was like, it's going to be a long day for us today. It's going to be a long day for us today. Unlike Tony, I'm a bit more humbler. I'm not like, yeah, we're going to smack up PSG today, because you know what, yeah? This is Europe, and this is Champions League, and this is teams that have been to semi-finals, yeah? We've only been to one semi-final and a final in the Champions League, which obviously we've both lost, yeah? We showed no confidence going into that game yesterday, yeah? And I told you, the better team won yesterday. PSG schooled us yesterday. They may not have scored 2-3 goals, but they absolutely schooled us in phases of that game, yeah? You know, Doué, you know, his touches on the ball, yeah? If we didn't have Miles Skelly, I'm telling you, yeah, and his last-ditch tackles and his physicality, yeah? Timber got ragged the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, and by Kvaratskhelia, and that's unusual for Timber. But this is what you're up against. You're up against classy wingers, better wingers, arguably better than ours. Yeah, Martinelli, soft. Saka yesterday, soft. These men were on things yesterday, and the manager, who's much better manager than Arteta, knew the plan. He knew the game plan. He knew the game plan yesterday. Without Partey, PSG are going to Partey, yeah, and I'm a bit annoyed with Partey, yeah, that he actually fell for that stupid yellow card because once again, yeah, once again, we are staring at the barrel of going out of a major competition. Yeah. Who remembers, was it 2 seasons ago when Partey was doing some dilly-dallying on the ball against West Ham and Declan Rice nicked it off him? We lost that game. Saka missed that penalty. We lost that game. Or we drew. I can't remember the actual result, but it wasn't a positive result. These little things that happen is just, I don't understand why this team is like this. You know, I just don't understand. It's just like whatever these players are doing, it's being channeled from the manager. And this is why this manager is never going to be good enough for this club. Yeah. He's going to have his moments. Yeah. He's going to have his moments. Now, next week could be a different story. We could go to PSG and beat them. But that doesn't change the mindset. That doesn't change my mindset about this manager. People don't realize, yeah, that I'm dealing with tangibles now, not intangibles. Yeah. I just want trophies now. And I've said this now. I'm going to be 50 years old next year. 50 years old next year. It's nearly been 25 years since I've seen my last trophy or my last Premier League.
Yeah.
25 years, my brother. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And people are like, oh, but Arteta's, you know, he's pointing us in the right direction. He's doing this, he's doing that. There's only a certain point you can get to, you know, before you have to turn that screw. Yeah. And I'm going to get onto one player in a moment. Yeah. And you know who the player is going to be because you've just been speaking about him as well. What warrants this guy to start game in, game out? If there's a injury that he still has, why is he being played? This is just assumptions that I'm making, yeah? If there's still an injury, why is the manager still playing him? Why are we not utilizing the talent we have in terms of Ethan, who can ball out, by the way, who can ball carry, yeah? Why am I constantly saying why? Why am I constantly asking the question about this club? You got Yeti in the chat, yeah? Yeti's in the chat going on about his star. Yeah? 2 stars.
Yeah, it's trolling.
Back to back.
It's trolling.
You know what I mean? Trophies, European trophies, which I can't say anything to him. So all he can do is troll us. Obviously, yeah, you know, we've done some
and
years
we deserve
ago.
it. We deserve it. We deserve every trolling.
We deserve it. We deserve everything that we get thrown at us right now. Yeah. And the worst thing about this team going forward is this manager's going to be here next season. He's going to do the same speech at the end of the season saying we deserve better. And you guys are going to fall for it. You guys are going to be like, Arteta, go out and buy Gyökeres. Arteta, go out and buy the Real Sociedad guy. I can't remember his name, the short little munchkin. You guys are going to be like, go out and buy this person. But he's spending more of our money. He's spending more of Arsenal's money. And he's not achieving anything. It's going to be the same rinse, and repeat in terms of this manager. You're not getting nothing better out of this manager. Content creators, Arsenal fans, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? Yeah? The ones you like, the ones that like me, the ones that don't like me, who cares, yeah? It's the same principle with this manager, yeah? Stubborn, yeah? Doesn't know when to make good changes, you know, in a team. Stubborn with his formation, you know? risk averse. This guy never wants to take risks. You know, he never wants to take risks, and I'm just sick of it. I'm absolutely sick and tired of saying the same thing week in, week out. Yeah, we beat Real Madrid. Props to you. But you know what? There's still two more games. There's still two more games you need to win. Yeah, because you need to win the next game now. And the problem is with playing at Paris is that we have to put everything on the line now. Now, if you saw the
Yeah.
way PSG counter-attacked us yesterday,
Yeah.
if
Very
you saw
fast.
the way they counter-attacked us yesterday, yeah, we're gonna be in
Yeah. They
trouble.
were quicker. Yeah.
You listen,
Counterattacks quicker. Transitions quicker.
their
Everything. They were quick.
transition are
And they were passing the
scary,
ball effectively. Very quick. Easy.
very quick, very quick. So we've got problems. We've got a lot of problems in the, you know, people are talking like Partey's gonna be back and all that. Partey's not no savior at the end of the day. We needed him for this first game. Partey's just one man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have dictated the game this game, but the next game, do you not feel that the PSG players were going to have something for him now? Do you not feel that Luis Enrique is going to have, you know, some special treatment just for Partey in the next game because they know he's a bit of a threat? It's all open now. It is all open now, and as I said, this guy brings us no Champions League trophy. Then he's got to go. He's got to go. Big up to Donald.
No, he has to go. He has to go. Because the only credibility he has right now is because he's in the Champions League semi-final. And when that goes away, he has to leave the football club. I've been consistent with that one, that he needs to leave the football club. You know, I'm just thinking that at this point, yeah, you're in the semi-final of the Champions League. But the players too have to want it. I don't really think this is only on the manager. I think the players that we have right now should be asking themselves a certain question. They should be looking at the mirror right now and saying, you know what, yeah, we are in the semi-final of the Champions League. We've just lost a title that rightfully should go to us, to Liverpool. We don't have to finish this season empty-handed. We need to show up and at least get something in the Champions League. That's the mentality I expected from them, to nullify anything with this manager. But I mean, even the boys themselves, I mean, when you have the chance to just show up, show up. You are in the semi-final, bro. When your captain can't even show up to the party in the semi-final, I mean, what does it say? So I don't know. Yeah, hopefully we'll go there, we'll turn things around. I still think we can turn things around. I still think we didn't go there with our full strength. Not just because of Thomas Partey didn't play, but because of Thomas Partey's omission, it changed the whole dynamic of our game. Like we had an ineffective Trossard striking for us. I still do think that if Thomas Partey was there, it would give Declan Rice, that freedom to roam about box to box and still come back to the defensive work and still be an offensive threat outside Arsenal's half. And again, he would also be a big threat with set pieces. So when he doesn't make those moves, when he doesn't make those runs, how do we get free kick set pieces to be able to help us out? How? Because there's no one willing to actually take the game to PSG. Only Declan Rice was actually trying to make any run, and Mars Lewis Kelly. And it was true that we got free kicks almost near to that dangerous area. So if Thomas Partey comes back, maybe that frees up that number 8 spot for Declan Rice to make those moves. Even if he doesn't get at the end of those goals, probably we could get a set piece. There will be 1 or 2 fouls around. He could get a set piece and he could do his magic. We could allow Maslow with Skelly to be more free, but not when he's doing lots of defensive duties, trying to to gauge Dway and the rest of their attacking quartet. So it's, I mean, right now that Thomas Partey yellow card seems silly. Our manager caused this right from time. No striker. That's our biggest problems. Even if you go by the chances we had, if we had an assassin in front of goal, those two chances Trossard missed, the chance that Martinelli missed also, that's three goals. What about the penalty shout? If we get that penalty, that's four goals. So it still remains that us not having a striker have lost us the league this season and has also been a big part of why we might not win this Champions League. I don't know. But again, Abs, what do you think about the second leg? I think it's 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 very important we talk about this second leg and what we should be expecting. Shout out to everyone who is in the chat. Yeah, Juju is down there. Henderson is down there. Static, my guy. Yeti is down here. Big up to Yeti. Guys, subscribe to Yeti's channel. Yeah, great guy, gaming channel, football channel. He does everything. And the Ghanaian Gooner, my brother from
Big up,
Ghana.
man. Make
Big
sure
up
you
to
sub
you,
to all
man.
the
How you
channels.
doing?
Doing, man. I just
Yeah,
want to.
please sub to all the channels, please, guys. Yeah.
I just want to touch on something quickly now, because the striker thing, as much as it's a massive hindrance to us right now, yeah, we've somehow got to a semi-final, yeah, and there was a possibility of us beating PSG yesterday. The manager, though, decided to change the tactics. So he decided of the person, I think Marino's got 6 goals and 4 assists or something like that, playing in that position. He's decided to take him out of that position and to put him in midfield, where he's not really that agile, where, as you mentioned before, put him amongst technical footballers, yeah. And all these ballers were doing Vinicius, who's the other two guys as well? Is it Ruiz or something? Or is it Ruiz or whatever? All those guys were doing in the midfield. If you noticed, yeah, they were pulling our midfielders. They were just putting them off their game. Yeah. Every time Declan Rice wanted to advance, Odegaard wanted to advance, they were just pulling them back. Yeah. And
Yeah.
That wasn't even a penalty shout for Marino, because Marino was just too slow to pull his leg back to shoot. Vinicius got in there, or whoever it was, and won the tackle. I think we were very slow. People want to talk about tired legs, but for me, in a semi-final, yeah, there's no more excuses, man. There's no excuses, yeah.
No excuses.
That adrenaline should be going through your legs. That electric should be going through your legs, yeah. You know, you've had time, yeah, to prepare for that game. And as someone rightfully said in the chat, PSG have played two games within 6 days. Speaking about the return leg now, I'm always going to have a little bit of hope for our team, but the hope that I have also gets diminished with, well, they can get us on the counter attack. They can score because they have good ballers. They've got technical good ballers. And all it takes is for them to, start a counter attack while we're on the attack and we lose the ball. Odegaard makes a stray pass, because look what happens when Odegaard is in an advanced position. He doesn't want to shoot. He might try to play the ball centrally, and then PSG transition, they counter attack, and then they might score. So I'm worried about us conceding more than us actually scoring goals, because if we score and they score, then it's 2-1. Then we have to score again. So we have to really go there and score like 3 goals to actually, finish this tie off. And I think we need to score early. The longer the game goes on, the more
Mm.
confident PSG will be. The more our heads will drop. The more Arteta will not make any changes. Because this guy don't like to make important changes when it's necessary, and I'm scared, Tony. Uh, Wallahi, I am scared, Tony, in his team selection in the second leg. Is he going to go for Trossard again when Partey comes back, or is he going to slot Marino back into that position and put Partey where he needs to be and Declan Rice in that midfield? This is what I worry about. Is he going to start Trossard instead of Martinelli? I know you're not one of Martinelli's best fans, favorite fans, but this is where I'm at with the team selection, Tony. I don't know. We need to take our chances, and that's all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah, man. See, I mean, bro, I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. The manager is a big factor going into the second leg of this game, man. I mean, very very big factor. But again, I still think that we've done it in more vociferous ground this season away from home. I mean, we bit Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon in Lisbon, right? We bit Real Madrid at Madrid, yeah, at the Bernabeu. We've gone away from home and we've done very well in setting games this season. I'm not saying that's a basis for us to go to Parc de France and go down there and smash up PSG, but it might just be what is necessary to go and do. And again, probably Arsenal likes playing when there's no pressure, probably. I just felt like maybe there was that pressure to win this game. I mean, the first leg, a home game, which is beat. I mean, the champions, 15-time champions. Maybe, just maybe, just that pressure was there. Right now, PSG have beaten us. There's no big pressure for us to I mean, to accommodate. We just have to go there, play our game, and make sure that the manager,
Okay.
I
Go
mean,
on.
put the right players in the right places. But definitely, I do think that this time he might do the right thing because right now Thomas Partey is available. Of course, he wasn't available in the first one, so none is available. It's unless he's a complete idiot, a complete total waste man, then I would know. Okay, then he doesn't feel Thomas Partey. But if we go by what we normally see, he will feel this best midfielder down there, and it will give Thomas Partey that different lease of life, and of course it will free up, of course, Declan Rice to actually spark something different. Because even yesterday, it was when Declan Rice, I mean, grabbed the game by the scruff of his neck and tried to, I mean, just make those deep runs. He looks dangerous.
Mm.
If we can allow Thomas Partey just sit back, do his normal thing in the middle of the park, you know, break up play, get the ball down to Declan Rice, and Declan Rice just make those dashing runs offensively. We can be able to open up this PSG midfield. And I've told you, this PSG midfield isn't the most physical in nature. Yeah, they're skillful. They pass the ball. They have an eye for a big pass. I mean, they could pass the ball all around. Yeah, they have quality. In those circles, but they're not I mean, they're not that physically minded kind of midfielders that I don't think they have that. Vitinha, skillful player, not physical. Neves, skillful player, not in any way a physical kind of threat. So if we have Declan Rice and Thomas Partey in that middle, it will be a tough ask for them to just literally just break it up. Big up to Aces. I don't have the answers, definitely. Big up to you, my brother, man. How you doing,
I
Aces?
love that,
You know,
man. I
Aces
love that.
has
I love
always
that.
been on my shows,
I
man. Big
love
up to
it, bro.
Aces.
I
one of
love
my
that.
biggest channel members.
I
Big up
love
to it.
my
Mark
guy,
is also
man.
down here. That's my guy,
Big
Mark.
up to Mark,
Mark is here
man.
to laugh at us,
Bro,
Man
we're
United
going to be
fan. My
laughing at
show
you on
with him will be
Thursday
coming
against
back later.
Atletico Bilbao. So you know what? Have your little fun time now, because
Be humble, Mark. Be humble because your own humbler is coming on I think on Friday. Is it? No, sorry.
Friday
Is
or
it
Thursday.
today?
No,
I didn't know
Barcelona
it's
playing today. No, no, the Champions League is today, not Europa. It's
Champions League is
Thursday.
today. But I think it's maybe on Friday. I don't know. But anyway,
Thursday, I think.
Mark, I
Yeah,
mean,
Friday. Yeah.
just be humble, my brother, man. Because you too, I mean, you might get humbled by Athletic Bilbao. But again, see, you know what, yeah, Abs. I would I would raise my hand and take responsibility and say I was wrong. I clearly underestimated uh, what PSG the qualities that the players had. I think I clearly underestimated them, and I was wrong to do that. It's just that I just feel like European football has a serious downturn. I mean, and it has been proven. Look at Inter Milan; they've lost three straight games in the Italian Serie A. I don't even really think they have any. I mean, I don't really think they will beat Barcelona this evening. I think Barcelona might run wild and free with that one. I mean, look at Real Madrid knocked out of the Champions League, being mocked up by FC Barcelona. So all these things, yeah, I just really feel like European football isn't what it used to be. So it might just be a little bit more easier to just get around these teams. But clearly, I forgot that factor of a world class manager, which is what PSG have got. And again, they have quality players. I mean, look at what they have down there. Look at their bench. They had I mean, these guys had the luxury of bringing in Bacola after Due has, I mean, raised hell down there on the pitch, both in the first half and in spells in the second half. Although he had injury, I mean, there was an injury scare down there. I hope we don't see him in the second leg. But I mean, this manager Enrique has actually, I mean, proven the doubters wrong. He's kept them tremendously fit this season. I mean, I used to always remember PSG in the second half of every season down with injuries. Usman Dembele, injury treatment table, but this season he's managed to keep those guys up and running and managed to keep his best players fit. But in our own situation, all of our bro, even if they're not the best of our players, yeah, but most of our players, all of them are injured. Even Bukayo Saka, I think he was limping yesterday. I might not be correct in this, but I mean, it was impressive. Even Martin Odegaard was actually leading a shout that, hey, because Saka, why you're not pressing? Even if I do think that that is hypocritical because he, as a captain, ought to be doing that. He's not doing that effectively. So why would he want because Saka to do that? I still think because Saka's playing with an injury. I didn't really see him so effective yesterday, you know. So in this second leg, I want to see because Saka just run wild. Second thought, I want Martin Odegaard to start from the bench in that second leg. Let's give one area a chance. Even if you don't want to give one area a chance, if it's too young, no problem. How about a Zichenko in that position, in that number 10 position? At least, even if he can't do anything physically, of which Odegaard doesn't do anything physically for us, Zini has an eye for a pass. If we're going by trying to open up creatively, he might not be the best creatively, but at least he could pass the ball. It could be quicker when passing the ball at times. So, my only problem with Zinchenko is that sometimes he just lacks that extra bit of quality, but it has never been his or physicality, but it has never been his passing argument. He passes the ball quite well. He's a central midfielder for Ukraine. So, I mean, he should just employ what he's got. How can you have all those players and you don't trust any of them, even if you have injuries? So he has to trust the players that he's got. He doesn't trust Waneri enough. If he trusts Waneri enough, Waneri would have been starting that matchup in place of Odegaard. But no. So, I mean, it's the same old stories yet again. So, I mean, I still do think we can turn it around in Paris Saint-Germain. We can. If Thomas Partey comes back, we could turn it all around. And Merino goes up top while Tierney and Trossard can come from the bench. It's all good. You know, something could still be done. So let's see. This tie isn't dead yet. And PSG made a big mistake. This tie would have been dead and buried if they scored the last two goals, those last two chances that they completely just fluffed their line, and hit it to the bar. If they got those two goals, I mean, this charade would have been over. But for them missing it, mm, becomes something different. And again, Mark says not in front. Why not in front? If Arsenal could go down to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, bro, these are horrible grounds to go to get a win and win at Real Madrid. Why can't we go to France? Nice did it just 2 weeks ago against the
Shout
same PSG
AFC
team
always in the
in
building, man.
Parc de France.
AFC always. Shout AFC always in the
Yeah,
building,
big
man.
up to AFC. That's our guy. Yeah, big up to AFC. Real one out there. He says Arteta's last semi-final goal was scored by Aubameyang. Zero semi-final goals since then. Arteta hasn't won anything since Aubameyang left. Yeah, of course, definitely. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, I mean, Mark says, when has Arsenal went away trailing and won a top team about 18 years ago? I mean, it makes sense there, bro. I mean, all these records, yeah.
He
Oh
just
my
wants to
days.
kick a man when he's down, when we're down in it. But do you know what? Listen, you lot better not lose to Bilbao because I'm gonna be in your chat. Yeah, you know who I am now.
Uh,
Waffle.tv. I'll even jump on your stream and troll you, bro. So you can kick us while we're down, brother. But we're still in the competition right now. We're still in the competition, yeah. Until other words
until they
say we're
bury
out.
it. Until they bury it.
Until
Until they
we're
bury it.
buried, we're still in the
Mhm.
competition. So you have your little limelight now. You have your little dance and little whatever. You know what I mean? What's Mark? Is he Bayesian or something? Or is where's he from? Trinidad? Where's he from? Yards?
Yeah, it's from one of the islands, Trinidad
One of my
Tobago.
islands, yeah. One of my islands, yeah. So yeah, man, we're island people anyway. Anyway, my parents are
Mm.
anyway, but
But Mark is real one. Mark is real one. I have a show with
I've
him.
listened to Mark shows
He's an
already, man.
absolute real
Oh
one.
yeah, he's a Trini, so yeah, he's my other half, like my cousins and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah.
big up to the
Mm.
Trinis and all them team there.
Absolute real one.
Rest in peace, my uncle Patrick.
Oregon Gooner is in
Rest
the
in
house, and
Uncle
he
Patrick.
is a member of my channel for 23 months
Wow, that's
running.
mental.
Big ups to you, Oregon Gooner, man.
But
Big ups
anyway,
to you, man.
listen. Rest in peace, Uncle Patrick. We buried you in Trinidad the other day. Mr. Patrick Gabriel, one love. We love you forever, man. Do you know what I mean? What a great guy.
Yeah.
But big up to my Trinis, my
Rest in peace.
Grenadians, my St. Lucians, Jamaicans, all over the gaff, you know what I mean? Big up to all of you people. But big up to Oregon Goon, man. A real one. Bobby on the stream.
Oregon Gooner, absolute real one. I mean, I had a chat with him. It was absolutely fuming in the chat. Me and him, very angry. Me and him might have something to do later on, maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'll text him and see the best time for him. But I mean, he too is. I mean, he's not. I mean, Oregon Gunner is not. He's not enjoying. What he's seeing in the semi-final. Okay, yeah, he says today, so definitely we'll see him today. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll go into that second leg and do the business. But again, we have a bigger problem. I mean, just before we go, my brother, what do? We have Bournemouth. Oh my days! This weekend, what do we do? Because we have an important matchup next week. Do we just give this game as a free hit and put some little players down there to just while away the time
I
and
don't
probably
listen.
lose the game?
Listen, Tony. I don't give a ras about this league. Yeah, I will put in that Caviar, Deji Cap, whatever his name. I will put in little man in this game. I don't care about this Bournemouth game. I do not care. If Partey needs a little run around, maybe put him in there. But I do not care for this game. Yeah, you're gonna play Odegaard in this game. Play him, but don't play him. Don't start him on Wednesday. I don't care for this game. I just want to see us do our thing next week. That's all I care about now. I'm fed up. I'm fed up here of this manager tinkering about with this stupid team. Play your weak players, man. I don't care. I don't care if we lose 10-0 against Bournemouth. I don't care.
So, in other words, are you saying that the game should be a free hit? I mean, let's be clear in what we're saying, in what you are saying. So, you're saying it should be a free hit, right?
It's a free hit. It's a free hit. Big up to Oregon Goon. Big up to
Nomsky. That's another great brother down there, man. I mean, Nomsky. He had a great watch along the other day. Arsenal versus PSV. Guys, please make sure you go to. I mean, me and Nomsky. I mean, I respect him highly. Despite we talk about football and everyone have their own opinions, is someone I really do respect as a man and as a person and as a fun-loving Arsenal fan. I respect Nomsky a whole lot. Please go and subscribe to Nomsky TV. Absolute great person and great person at heart. Please make sure you go subscribe to Nomsky TV. Great person. Yeah, you were saying something. And Oregon Gooner, big up to Oregon Gooner. Subscribe to his channel too. Oregon Gooner, just go down there and subscribe to him. Nomsky TV. Big ups. Big ups to Godfrey. So now this should be a free hit, right? Against Bournemouth. So who are the players that you feel in that game?
Rare can start because you know what? It doesn't matter if he plays or not. I don't think he'll get injured. Right back, probably Ben White. Start Ben White. Centre back. I don't think we've got any much choice. Saliba and Kivior, they have to play. Left back, I'll probably start.
Are you gonna risk Saliba? Are you gonna risk Saliba?
I will play my centre backs because they're a partnership. So I will play them both together. Yes, I would play both of them. I will play both of them. Left back is Tierney. Midfield, Zinchenko. Gosh, he's on midfield, man. Jorginho's out, so we can't play him.
I mean, we're finished. We're finished. We don't even have a backup midfield to even come into play.
Yeah, who's on midfield?
I mean, bro, oh my days, man.
So we got Partey. Who else we got? We
don't even have a backup team to even play Bournemouth at the weekend. Even a team that we could not put down there and say, okay, go and get smashed up by Bournemouth. We can't even field a team down there and leave our first 11 untouched. That's how laughable our team is right now, bro. Domestically. I mean, this is painful, man. It's painful, bro. It's painful, man. We don't even have a competitive team.
We're gonna have to play
go head to head.
Partey, Jorginho. Wow, we can't even drop Rice, can we? Or Odegaard, yeah.
Bro, are you gonna risk Partey? Are you gonna risk Partey? He's the key to getting anything done in Parc de France.
Who else are we gonna play?
I mean, why would we want to go risk Thomas Partey?
No, but who else
in that game against Bournemouth?
No, but who else are we
Why should we risk him there? I don't think we should risk him there. Let's look for some academy player. or something. I mean,
Yeah, but Partey
bro,
needs to play games.
without
Partey
Thomas
needs to,
Partey,
you can't
without
just, you
Thomas
can't just,
Partey, without Thomas Partey in, I mean, a fit, mind you, a fit Thomas Partey. Because I mean, we've seen many times where Thomas Partey is thrown into all these games, yeah, and he just picks up something, a yellow card. He picks up a niggling injury. We've seen it. I don't want it to happen again. This is one of the most important games of our lives. We shouldn't be risking him in that Bournemouth game, which would be a scrap anyway. It's gonna be
yeah,
a
you're right.
scrappy
Yeah,
game,
you're right. You're right. You're right.
and they're
You're right.
gonna be kicking, and they're gonna be, bro. They have no joys.
Let
They
me see
don't
the
even
squad. Let me
want
see
us
the
to
squad.
even,
Let me see the
bro.
squad.
We have enemies all around us. Our London teams, all of them hate us. Man United fans are down here hating on us, bro. All these other smaller teams, they all hate us, bro. No
Would you
one wants
play
us to go to the
Marino then?
Champions League and
Would
win.
you play Marino in midfield then? Marino, Zinchenko. Um, we got no one
Bro,
else.
man, bro, we're finished, bro. We're
We
finished,
got no
bro.
one else. And
Bro,
this
we're
is down to
finished,
the
bro.
manager. This is all down to the manager. Yeah, everyone could laugh and everything. This is all down to the
People in the
manager.
charts, who do we field in that game against Bournemouth? Jorginho is out. Who do we field in that all important match before the PSG? I know it's not important, but it's very important what we do in that Bournemouth game, because if we go mess up the first 11 that we're going to use for that PSG game and get them risks getting them injured in that game against Bournemouth, then we're finished. We're finished.
Mark
People in the
said,
charts, who do we play? I mean, people in the charts, I mean, rise up to the occasion. Who do we play in that game against Bournemouth? What do we do? Is it a free hit for you guys? If it's a free hit, who do we put? Who starts in the middle of the park? Are you willing to risk Thomas Partey? Are we willing to risk Declan Rice? Are you going to risk our defenders? I mean, because that's another aspect too. Are you going to risk your defenders? William Saliba. I mean, was sort of very, very, very shaky defense yesterday. Our defense looked shaky, bro. You know, we couldn't
we
even
don't have
string
no
passes
one.
together
Do you know what,
at
Mark?
the
We don't
back.
have anyone. We don't have anyone to bring into the team because what Arteta does is he leaves them on the bench. He doesn't let any of them play. Yeah. So now it gets to that point now where, do you know what? We got no one in midfield. We got no one. And people want this sport. People want this sport to continue.
Bro, it's finished, man. So it will be very, guys. Yeah, see, I mean, no one in the chat. I mean, Oregon Gooner used to be quick in all this type of things, but even him hasn't even typed anything yet. Godfrey hasn't typed anything yet. AFC always is talking about the dog. Win the dog. Oh my day. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up that
I wonder
AFC
what
always chat.
yeah,
Pull
win the
up
dog,
that
man.
AFC always chat, man. It says the dog. Oh my days. It says where the dog. Oh my days. Bro, this is it. This is where he has come to. Win the dog. Oh my days, man.
Just get the academy out, man. Get the
And
youngsters out.
Oregon's gonna says whoop whoop. Oregon's gonna says whoop whoop. Oh my days, bro. Bro, this is laughable, bro. Bro. I mean, everyone is just taking the piss out of our team right now, man. Liverpool laughing the hell out of us. You know, Paris Saint-Germain came to our. I mean, that's another thing I also wanted to
Attention.
bring to your notice about how quiet the Emirate was yesterday, man. It was. I mean, all the times I've been to the Emirates, yeah, I mean, of course, I know it's not really that kind of place that raises the roof. I get that, but I mean, it's a semi-final of a Champions League. I mean, you should be fired up in a way. I know it go both ways. I know the team have to give you something to dance to. I know the team has to give you something to shout about. But I mean, I've seen lots of teams, yeah, even while losing. In Real Madrid, they've been about even while losing. The fans are still tearing the roof off. So I mean, when you have home support, it should be that home support. Fight till the end. I mean, let it lose on the ground. PSG fans outshouted us, outlasted us down there at the Emirates. It's too cold. Too cold for my liking, man. Too cold. I looked at what I was watching, and it was just PSG fans just making chants, making jokes, making us look like a complete, bro. It looked like a complete charade, bro. The people there were just looking like donuts. I mean, I mean, at this point, man, it's disgraceful. Disgraceful team, disgraceful fan base, bro. I mean, it's not working. It's not working, bro. It's not working. I don't know what you thought about that, man.
You know, to this day, I still ask this question: are we a big club? Maybe in terms of revenue, in terms of money, but in terms of trophies, we can't even talk to like the Man Uniteds. Yeah, even Chelsea recently, we might have more trophies than them in total, but we don't have their Champions Leagues. We don't have the amount of Premier Leagues they have as well. You know, Liverpool don't even go there, but we still call ourselves a massive club. What, massive for the merch? You know, because in Europe we're not massive. You know, I've been watching football for like gone 40 years, and I've only seen us win two European cups that don't even exist no more. So it's embarrassing, man. It's an absolute embarrassment. And
It's embarrassing, man.
if we don't win anything, if we don't win
Shocking.
anything this year, the guy's got to go, man. In my opinion, he has to go because he can't take
Of
us
course,
no
that's a
further.
must. Yeah, he has to go. He has to go. That's for
Mm,
sure. Even I was on a show yesterday, and Don T was saying, you know what, yeah, even if he wins the Champions League, he has to go. I
mm.
see some sense in that. Even if he wins the Champions League, he has to go. I mean, bro, questionable decisions, bro. Bro, questionable. I'm of that feeling like if he wins the Champions League or win a big one, he should stay to at least defend it. But at this point, man, bro, I'm thinking he should go. Seriously, I'm thinking he should go, even if he wins a big time trophy, man. I
Go
really
out on
think
a
he should
high,
go.
win the trophy, and
But
then go out on a high, and then do you know what?
yeah,
You will
win
be.
and go on a high. Yeah, exactly. That kind of a thing.
I
I'm
heard them say
cozying up to
yesterday.
that. If he wins this Champions League, I'm cozying up to that idea that he should leave the football club. Live on a high, sail onto the sunset, get a chance until you get the Barcelona job.
Mm.
That's what he should do, because long term, I don't think this is what will. I don't think, bro, I don't think this manager understands what to do, understands how to win high pressured games. I mean, yeah, you could say, you know, there could be a grain in the haystack where it could beat the Real Madrid. But again, if you beat a Real Madrid, you have to have the balls to finish it. You have to finish the job. You just dumped out the 15-time champion out of the Champions League, their own competition in their own right. And then you come against a PSG team and then you falter. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, Going into the second leg, I think I'm more humbler right now. I'm more humbler. I really thought that this PSG team would capsize. Even without Partey. To be very sincere with you, I don't want to bring that excuse about Thomas Partey again and again. But I really thought that we could do them dirty at home because we're at home. I thought we were going to show up. I thought that we had just enough to bamboozle their midfield because they don't have physical midfielders, but they attacked us, they outpassed us. I mean, they ran at us. Their attack was more potent with lots of bite in them, you know. But again, let's see what happens, man.
I do think the return leg that will be much better than we was at home because the pressure is off now.
That's for sure.
The pressure is off. Everyone expects PSG to get the job done. So, but this is another problem as well I have with this Arsenal and the club and the fans as well, is that the minute there's a bit of pressure on us, we just can't function. And what is that? What is that? That's a broken mentality, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Big up to
the manager, he struggles to break teams on low blocks. Why? 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 I mean, you train every day with this crop of players, yeah. I mean, don't you kind of like have players that will come in, even paid actors? I mean, you bring in paid actors to do tricks, yeah, and magic, pickpockets, and all that nasty stuff to the Arsenal training center. Can't you pay actors, get paid actors to come in, strong actors, and mimic low block football and train your players on how to break a genuine low block? Because bro, was thinking trying to break down teams that decide to just sit back and laugh at us while we're trying to do something offensively because they know Arsenal don't have what it takes to actually break teams on the low block. They know this. They know this. Oh man, it's shocking, bro.
Did you see
People,
Arteta?
thanks for joining us today. Yeah, please, people, I will be on Northside channel by 6 p.m. Then after the Champions League tonight, I would have a show with Organ Gooner. Me and him would just, look into this into the Champions League. Mostly in hindsight after that Inter Barcelona and Oregon Gunner. I mean, he has a lot to say, and God knows, I really want to hear what he has to say too. Just like I definitely wanted to hear what you had to say today.
Do you think Northside's going to cook you? Do you think Northside's going to cook you better?
Of course, there's gonna be an obvious cookie, of course, and I'm gonna take it. See, you know me. No, see, of course, Waffle TV. You know me. I take responsibility. I'm not like these other pranksters that disappear. When there's an issue. If there's an issue, I take responsibility. I come out and say, hey, I'm wrong, and let's move on. So it's all good. And again, the tie isn't dead yet. So, whatever Northside is gonna say to me, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I lay my bed, so I lie on them. I said we're gonna smack up PSG. I said it with my mouth. And this is the situation, when you're positive about Arsenal in any way, even if you do recognize that we do have clear problems, and you're positive in any way about Arsenal, this is this is this is this is a reoccurring factor. It happens all the time. Just when you want to support the team, get behind them to get to a certain level, they just have a way of just crushing every bit, every ounce of positivity in you. Welcome to the life of an Arsenal fan. This is what they do to you.
Quick question, and probably like one of the last questions. Arsenal win or loss against PSG next week. Do we go through or are we going out? I want to know what the head and the heart say.
Waffle.tv. I think Arsenal will go through in the second leg. PSG did not see with a more better coach would have won that game easy yesterday. They had chances, so did we. We had about three chances to if we had a potent striker striking those goals in, would have been three up also. They would have been three up also. They missed a penalty that wasn't given to them. We missed a penalty that wasn't given to us. At best, 4-4. That would have been at least a draw. And then you're going down away from home to try and see if you can nick a win down there. But again, a very, very clinical manager would have gotten something out of that game yesterday. Unfortunately, we have a bozo as a manager. We're going to that, but again, see, end of Guinea. I hear you. But again, don't forget, we went to Madrid, despite the whole Remontada stuff, we still beat Madrid away from home. We still beat Madrid away from home. And that's one of the most fiercest grounds to actually grind out a win from. We went to Lisbon, and again, it doesn't just stop with Real Madrid. We went to Lisbon. We showed up to the party at that time, and we won in Lisbon away from home. So I mean, we've done it this season. We've gone out. We've gone out of our comfort zone, and we've won games. I'm not disturbed about going out to Paris and get a win. I'm more afraid of the manager's tactics going into that matchup, not really about how vociferous the fans would be, of how a cold run a PSG stadium is going to look like. No, I'm unfazed by that. What I'm more, what I'm more scared about is the manager's tactics. Is will the manager pull the stops in bringing in the right players at the right time in the second half when we'll need a goal in the 60th minute? Will the manager tap into what he has right now on that bench and bring in Tanya and bring in Trossard from the bench? Would he look at Zinchenko and say, you know what, yeah, I've exhausted all my options. Zini, come and play. Okay, Martin Odegaard, you've been coasting around and you've been a passenger on this team. After the first 56 minutes, I'm going to hack you off. Is the manager going to make this certain kind of changes? When we are leading, maybe by 2-1, will the manager say, you know what, yeah, rest on your laurels and just soak up pressure? Or would he say, keep the movement going, keep it going? Is that what he's going to do? So everything all depends on the manager and what he does on the day, rather than the external factors about that game, rather than how fearful and how scary their fan base is, how Paris is going to be a hard place to get a win at. I'm not fazed by that. I'm more scared about Mikel Arteta and what he's going to do. He's a loose cannon. He's a complete idiot.
So by the way, remontada in French translates to remonti. So remonti, you're expecting remonti next week. So
Ramonti.
Ramonti. My take is, and I'm gonna. It's a possibility that we can go through, but once again, I feel the manager will be the hindrance, and I feel that his lack of experience at these stages is gonna be our downfall, unfortunately. So,
please bring out Hendon Gooner's chat there, man. It was referring to Oregon Gooner. I mean, a big point he makes there. I mean, he was talking to Oregon. A shout out to the Hendon Gooner. He says, Oregon Gooner, even with Partey, Arsenal will be playing with 10 men if Pillowfoot Odegaard is in the team. I mean,
That pillow foot kills me every time, you know. Pillow foot,
Bro,
you know.
what is this manager's fascination with Martin Odegaard? What does he give this team that we don't know? Bro, is there anything that Odegaard is giving to this team that that maybe me I'm not seeing? I mean, I don't claim to be the one with the biggest footballing IQ. I'm a bit of porridge, no problem. But that's not what feeds me. What feeds me is, my hard work. But throw that all away. What does this guy do in the team that maybe I don't know? I, I mean, guys, is there anything like even in the stats? I'm a stats guy. I don't see anything within the stats that would give this guy any bro. This guy doesn't walk into top four teams that we have, even in the Premiership, as bad as they are, in their first team. He doesn't work into the top four in England, into their first teams. He doesn't. I'm sorry, he doesn't. So what is it that this guy is doing, Martin Odegaard, that this manager is hell bent on allowing this guy play week in, week out? What is it about him that he's doing? So maybe I don't know too much. Maybe I'm not seeing. I mean, you guys that know it all. I mean, you guys in the chat, you know it all. Even my guy Waffle, he knows it all. Please tell me what is Odegaard doing that I am not seeing?
Tony, he's one of the highest earners in the club, yeah. So so Arteta has to justify his price tag and play him. That's why he gets played, because he's just one of the highest earners.
I'm still not buying, bro. I'm still not buying that. It doesn't have to be by the price. There has to be a reason why he's putting him there. That's more than the price.
You're paying 200 and so grand for him to stay. I'm not justifying. I'm justifying what I think is why Arteta plays him, because for him to leave him on the bench when he's playing him such a substantial amount of money is a joke. He's paying him 200 and bags, yeah. So the management's going to look at that. The higher ups are going to be looking at that. Berta's going to be looking at that. Well, why have we got this player that's earning so much money and he's on our bench? Yeah, Arsenal
240k a week.
Arsenal can't really do that. They've done this with Ozil, yeah, and look how that panned out, yeah. And this is his captain as well. So Arteta needs to be right. But this comment here from Ghanaian Gooner, yeah, I think this is correct. Whoever scores first goes through. So if we don't score first and they do score, I think the tie's over, man. I think the tie's dead and buried. Havertz as well. Yeah, Havertz as well. He's on big money as well. He has to justify playing them, because you know what? They're on big money. That's what they signed up in their contract. Odegaard on 240 a week. He's not going to sit. You're not going to sit him on the bench if you're a manager. Yeah, we know Arteta's. Yeah, as the fan base, well, some of the fan base, we know this guy should be on borrowed time. But you know what? This deluded fan base, yeah, want to continue with this guy, yeah, and think, oh, let's keep him for another 5-6 years and see, if he brings home the bacon, so to speak, yeah. But at this moment, next season's going to be 6 years in the job, and he's only got one FA Cup title. If Man United or Spurs get through to the finals of the Europa and they win the league, that will be three titles for Man United in 3 years. What phase is Amarino on? Yeah, what phase is he on? Is he on the ice cream phase? Do you know what I'm saying? No matter how rubbish their season has been, they bring back that Europa. They've had a better season than us. Same as Spurs as well. 19 games lost in the league. If they win that Europa, they've had a better season than us. The only thing we can do is to right the wrongs, yeah? And we need to bring home that Champions League. I don't care how we get it, man. I don't care if it's a Marino last minute goal in the Champions League final, yeah, I don't
Last
care.
minute goal, bro.
I don't care
Anything
about
is
performance.
anything can still happen, man.
Possible, but we need to get there. We need to get there, and that's the problem right now. Yeah, we're 1-0 down. Anything can happen
Mm.
in the second game, but we need to get to the final to be able to have that opportunity.
I was listening to our brother. Shout out the Southern Gunner. Of course, you guys know our brother,
Big up, yeah,
the
big up, mate.
Southern Gunner. I mean, the Southern Gunner for some time now, and I mean, he's. I know he'll be somewhere looking at me and saying, "Tony, I told you, man." But again, this stuff's happened, yeah. But he was saying something on Lee Gunner's channel yesterday. He said, 1-0 at the Arsenal at the Emirates. Arsenal going down to Paris means that we will have to score at least 3 goals to win that matchup, because PSG might literally score a goal, definitely. So we would need to score at least 3 goals to make sure that we win that matchup. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not something bewildering to actually imagine, because you do know our defense is a little bit porous right now. You do know they might score a goal in front. They put a goal down here, they might score it in front. And we need at least 3 goals. I mean, where are we gonna get 3 goals in the Champions League semi-final? Brother man, this is a big, 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 big issue. And our manager, big, big, big issue. But again, I still think we'll win. I still think we'll qualify. But it's going to be a
Hey,
nervy
we've
one.
got a new person here, man. Che LFC forever. Big up panel, first time here. Big up to
Shay
Che and the
LFC,
people,
big up
man.
to you.
Make sure you smash the likes and hit
Says
the
big
subscribe
up
button.
panel, first time here. Big
And
up
big up,
Shay LFC. Big up to you, man. How are you doing? I mean,
congratulations on your fight.
congratulations on your title win. I mean, that was a. I mean, I'll be a classy person and say Liverpool deserved that title, man. I mean, they're more better than Arsenal. Let's call a spade a spade. They're
Oh,
more
100.
better than Arsenal. Had a
Of
more
course.
better squad than Arsenal. Had a more better manager than Arsenal. Managed the squad more better. Managed the fitness levels of their players more better. Got something out of big part players. I mean,
Sorry, what
all
slot,
round, yeah. All
um,
round, Liverpool were more better than
what phase
Arsenal.
was slot in though,
Let's be
Tony?
frank. They
What phase,
deserve this title that they won.
what phase was
Let's
slot in
call a
this season?
spade a spade. They deserved it. They
What
did their
phase was,
homework.
what phase was slot in? What phase was slot in this
Exactly, man.
season?
Ask me the question again. Ask me again. But again, they deserve it. I mean, they deserve all rounder for keeping Salah, even for allowing Salah to sign a new contract. Bro,
Hmm.
these guys, man. And next season, there's a very, very, very big tendency they might win it again if Arsenal doesn't strengthen and if we
Hmm.
keep this manager.
But we got no
Bro,
right to be winning this league. And I don't even want to talk about league because this manager doesn't know how to win a league and he's never won a league. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But people, make sure you smash up the like, share. If you haven't subbed to both channels, make sure you sub to both channels. Have you got anything more to say
yeah.
before I duck off this stream?
No, nothing. Just I'll be Oregon Gunner, maybe around 7, 8 ish or so. 1 hour from now, 6 p.m. Sorry, 2 hours from now. Sorry, I have a very big show. It's a scary one for me because, bro, man, if there's one person that scares me, it's Northside. I mean,
Make sure
Northside
you go
is
to North
usually very
Five. North
mean.
Five is probably
He's a
watching this show.
wicked guy. I mean,
Yeah.
Northside is a very wicked guy when it comes to
Mm,
punishing you for your words. I
mm,
mean, it's like
mm,
the Punisher. I mean, there used to
mm.
be a kind of like superhero, not superhero, but a DC character like that
Yeah.
called Punisher.
Villain, villain.
I
Mm,
mean, he's very wicked when he's
yeah.
punishing people, for their sins. And of course, I know he has been seeing me everywhere, everywhere, talking tough. And this would just
Oh,
be his
no.
time to
But
really,
isn't Deji's going to be
to
there as
really
well? Deji's going to be there
whoop
as
me
well.
real bad today.
Deji's going to
So,
be there as
you
well.
said,
I think Deji might be there as well. To
bro,
cook.
I mean, Deji. Deji might just show up. He's not supposed to be there, but just because
Oh,
of me, Deji might just decide to just, come in there and add some gloss to it. So, I mean, I'm in trouble today. I mean, there used to be a song we used to sing for Eddie and Ketia. Your defense is in trouble. In Ketia in the room. Oh my
yeah.
days, bro.
That's your
Bro,
boy,
we're
yeah?
finished. If they
Your boy.
guys pray for me, pray for
Yeah,
me that Deji
pray
Sports
for TG,
doesn't
yeah?
show up to that Northside stream by 6 p.m. If he shows up down there, I'm finished. I just don't know how to defend it again, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how to defend it. I just don't know how to defend it again. I mean, you back your team, problems. You want to see certain kind of positivity go on within your club, despite what we're facing. This is what Arsenal does to you. This is the end product. This is what we get for believing. This is I mean, this is our gift for believing, for wanting to, to have hope. This is what we get.
I'm going to leave you
I
with
mean,
some wise words from my boy AFC Always. And he says, actions speak louder than words. We will see next week. And on that nutshell, we are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to watch Tony get cooked at 6 p.m. And then we're going to watch Tony with his chess. Anyway, I've recorded everything anyway. So, we're going to
so
release.
so wait, Waffle TV, you are my guy, man. So you are going to allow this thing to happen to me. You're going to
Listen,
allow these people take a piss
listen,
at me.
listen.
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna
why
allow them butcher me. Yeah,
I,
you're gonna
I
allow
don't
them butcher me.
listen. A man has to be a man has
I
to be
mean, if it is you, I will
accountable.
come out swinging. I mean,
A
if
man,
it's at you, they're gonna take this shot. I
listen,
mean, I'm gonna
listen,
come out swinging. I
listen. A
mean,
man has to be accountable for his
so
own
you're gonna
actions.
just stay back,
No,
relax,
no, no. I'll be there.
cozy
I'll be
up,
there. Listen, you know I'll come in and
drink
cook
your
you.
coffee or your tea,
No, no,
and,
no,
and
no, no,
enjoy the
no.
moment. You're not
No,
gonna back your guy up in the chart.
but if
Yeah,
you were
back
saying
me up,
things,
help me
no,
out.
no, but you can't defend the defenseless, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you said things on streams that I've not heard of, and you said we're going to be peppering them, we're going to be battering them, I can't defend you. Unfortunately, you're going to have to walk that path, my friend. You're going to have to take the cooking.
Oh my days, bro.
Big up to Steps in the building, man. I hope you're enjoying the sun in Bucket.
What happened to the bad boys? What happened
Mm,
to the bad boys? Bad boys,
mm.
bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Where is the brotherhood? Oh my days, bro.
Anyway, people,
There's no,
literally
you're
smash up the
leaving me
like,
out to
walk to the
dry.
club, and we are
You're leaving me out to dry
out.
with the
Peace.
snakes and scorpions everywhere. I mean, it's like I'm in a scene in one of Yeti's kill games. Yeah, like vipers and snakes everywhere, ready to kill me. And I can't navigate my space. No one is gonna help me out. I'm gonna be roasted today. No one is gonna help bail me out. Oregon Gooner, are you gonna bail me out tonight on Northside Channel? Yeti, are you gonna help me out? Oh my days. Everyone has abandoned me, abandoned ship. Not good, not good, people. Not good.
You got to fight for your right. Don't get cooked, homie. Anyway, people, yeah, once again, once again, we're going to be
Big
out.
up to Gooner, man.
Big up to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. And we'll see you the next Angry Gooners. Hopefully it'll be Happy Gooners next week, but we'll have a show next week anyway, after the game anyway. We might be tears, it might be Arsenal tears, or it might be Arsenal delight. Anyway, big up to everyone in the building. Take care of yourself, take care of everyone, and take care of your loved ones. Peace. Yeah.
Thanks, people. Please join me.